Hello and welcome to today's p+log. It's been a long time and I know I've used that before, but it doesn't matter. It's not the point of this video. In fact, I was actually going to play a 21 Pilots song for today's intro through the fancy editing of pause, record again. Nothing fancy. Anyways, it was going to be Chlorine. But honestly, it could have been any song. And any song from this new album, The Trench. Is it The Trench or is it Trench? I forgot. Because it talks about, it's really about getting stuck and really just repeating the same mistakes. I could have even chosen Jumpsuit. But yeah, so or I could have even chosen Ride. It didn't even have to be from Trench. Anyways, the point is, I'm alive today. And I'm gonna keep celebrating every day I'm alive, because I know the devil can get me at any moment when I allow. So, why am I talking about the devil when it comes to being dead or alive? Well, because I just realized how bad the devil wants me dead, how bad the devil wants me to not succeed, to the point where there's no more pity for him. So for those of y'all who have pity for Nicholas Barbaki, do not. Okay? That's a PSA for you 21 Pilots fans. Anyways, this requires a lot of backstory, and I'm actually recording this video to help me know, let me see what, okay, to help me, sorry, I wanted to see the time, to help me know what I really need to share on social media at this point. I feel the need to update people on what's been going on with me. Mainly because this is a testimony, and it's really me pursuing with a lot more, just like force, you know, more so many times I think that I can't. It's my cousin Gabby. She wants to be on camera. Gabby, I can't come right now. And she's just looking at herself. Okay. So, Gabby, I can't come right now. She's fascinated by the camera. I don't know. She's seen cameras before. I know it. What do you need? What do you want? Gabby?
Come.
Come for what?
Fridge waka.
What is that?
Fridge waka.
See, tell Ashley.
Okay.
Yeah. See, she
Actually,
speaks. Yeah, she speaks Swahili, and I can't understand everything yet. Anyways, what was I thinking about? This nail polish is so bad. Oh yeah, I don't know what I need to be saying on social media at this point. But for sure, as of now, I am a bird on social media. Specifically a bird that I saw in Kenya. Very beautiful, but it's this version of a phone screen. So it wasn't like an actual photo. It's like a picture of a photo on a phone. Anyways, without spending too much time, I want to share about my new pursuit. It's my ankle. Look. I need to see a podiatrist. Anyways, if you go to my story, my profile, and then you go to my highlights, it's called For the Birds. This is on the Precaious Instagram, by the way, the PR3KIOU5. Because I don't think I'm going to be on that one for so long. And I always have this feeling of wanting to change Instagrams. But I don't know why. I think it's because I really just want to disassociate. So, the story, I'm saying so much, but let me say where this connection comes from. My dad, I was talking to him about how many times me going to school have been for bad motives, and I don't want to keep doing that. And he would ask, what possible bad motive would you have to go to school? And I was like, okay, let me just start from the beginning. I was like, I don't know if this is necessary, but I'm just going to start from the beginning. With Baylor, I went there because I wanted to make friends. I wanted friends that were more of them that I couldn't find at Madison, because for me at Madison, I would say the only friend that I made my senior year was Charlene. And she was someone who was that same kind of spirit, just being happy all the time, really, really just genuine and everything. And to find someone like that, I felt that would only be found at Baylor, because when I went for my first tour at Baylor, besides the green grass and the Dr. Pepper floats, were these wonderful, bright, smiley people. And I was looking forward to that, because since elementary school, there were just so many people who weren't that way. So I was looking forward to Baylor for just finding people who are like me in that way. Of course, as you've heard in my testimony, I was disappointed. The friends I made, I realized they aren't perfect, which is, of course, but I was very disappointed. And that was the beginning of what led me to thinking that school wasn't for me, and if I want to learn something, I could just do it on my own, or that what I really want to do is not really through school. Then, the next time I want to go to school is because I just really want people to listen to me and everything like that. And I want people to believe what I'm saying. But I want to just have that attention. So I had a moment, as you heard again, with rocks, where I saw a rock, where I realized I was wanting attention not towards God, but towards me, and that was wrong. And then school actually is not a good idea. So that was another time. And then the last time was when I didn't think it was a bad reason until I was asked why I'm going to school again. And it wasn't even that I was asked why, I actually just gave that reason because it was my only reason at the time, which was that I want to go to school so that people can listen to me, so that people would be protected. And by itself is not a bad reason, but I mean, the reason itself isn't bad, but because it's the only reason, it was a bad reason to go to school. Because then I wasn't valuing the school itself. I was wanting a certain outcome, and disappointment could happen. Anyways, after that time, after that conversation, I was thinking, you know what? School is not a good idea for me. I should just not go to school, because every time I want to go to school, it's for a bad reason. And it took a day of me being frustrated, but it was that whole day of just me not wanting, like, I was just really confused, because I knew that school was a good thing, but at the same time I knew that school was not a good thing for me. And it took me a while to realize that it was just that my motives were misplaced, and everything that I was trying to do, I was finding it through the wrong thing. So that was wrong on my end. And when I realized that, I was like, you know what, school's a good idea, because it's a place where you can connect with people, yes, and you can share ideas. It's so many good things because of the nature of it. And it produces, friends. You get friends. It produces a platform, yes, because you have knowledge, you have something to give. And then it can eventually protect people, yes. But it's good. It's a good place to be because it's a good place to be. And I should go to school. So I no longer look at school as something that's a bad idea, and I no longer really have bad motives to go there, as far as I know. But it was when I was explaining to my dad those three things, and at some point, I think I don't know if I mentioned the bird thing to him or not, but at some point I connected. I was like, wait a second. It's as if I've been killed 3 times. Like this dream, this life that God promised for me has been attempted to be killed 3 times, but finally I'm seeing the truth, I'm seeing the light, and I'm going for it, living. I'm not dead. And it reminded me, yes, of that Instagram story that I saved as highlights. But more importantly, it dealt with that feeling of death that I felt was over me. I had this phone call in the fall semester of 2017. I was at NLC, and it was between semesters, so it was between 2017 and 2018. I had this phone call, and it was this kid. He called. It was a random number. It was when I was using my stupid phone that doesn't do well. Like, I wanted to hang up at some point, but it wasn't working. But this kid was like, I'm gonna kill you and 3 other people. And I was like, who is this? When I realized I couldn't hang up, I was like, who is this? And he was like, Billy? And then I was like, Billy, can I pray for you? And he was like, sure. And then I started praying, but then the phone died at some point. But I was actually very scared when I prayed. And from that moment, I really thought that death was coming for me, and I just had that feeling. That prank call, whether or not it was real, it felt very real, and it made me realize how much I want to protect my life. But ultimately, it gave me a picture of really how bad the devil wants us dead. And it doesn't necessarily come in this obvious, I'm going to kill you. And it'll be through our own thoughts. Like, anytime I'm deciding to quit school, it's because of something that I feel about something else. Like, oh, I'm not finding friends here. Oh, people aren't listening to me here. I should just go to YouTube. Oh, people aren't listening to me here. I should get a degree, you know? So it's like, so many times the devil's wanted to twist things. And this was actually something I was trying to share between the time I wanted to go to school, and I don't know if I shared it on here, but when I realized that that I was going to quit school for another stupid reason, I realized how twisted the devil can be, and how deceptive he can be with our own emotions, our own passions. Like, the fact that I was going to school for the sake of kids that I felt were abused, it was almost like the devil was twisting my arm and saying, go to school so you can get these people. When really, it wasn't going to have that. I wasn't going to have that satisfaction, and those kids wouldn't have really been helped. So I really hate the devil. And, yeah, if he was a physical being, I would beat him up as much as I can, and my hands would be done before I'm done with him. And that's basically how my feelings towards him. No pity at all. So, that's the first thing. Let me just look through my notes here. I was writing them last night. My dad, okay, so this was something he said. I didn't know you were going to Baylor for those reasons. And then I tried to explain how emotions are hidden. Which brings me to say, God is God for a reason. And humans are finite and physical, material as they are immaterial, but they are still material, and anything immaterial can't always be seen through material means. So my dad could not know everything about me when I was frustrated in high school and then even in college. So, but it also makes me want to say that God is not someone just to satisfy our material needs or our immaterial needs. He is there because we need him. He is there because we need him to exist properly. And that's how we need to see him. And I've realized that any twisting of that truth, even if it's like, I'm sorry, but Ben Corson, I'll look into him more. But I've had this funny feeling about him because of the way he uses how God can give you joy and everything like that, which is, yes, it's true. But let's not sell God because of this. Let's tell people about God, and they should want him because he's a good God, not because he can take you away from depression, because yes, that'll happen, but you need him because you need him. Simple. That's it. End of story. And that's something that I'm learning. For instance, this boy that I liked, I was seeking God because I wanted to know my life with this with this boy, but no, it's no longer that. I'm sorry, but William, I'm no longer seeking you anymore. I've been wanting to call him, and I would say that I would always want to call him up until about yesterday, or the day before, just when I had that realization that, because I've always wanted him, just not, I wouldn't go for it. Because I remember I called Auntie Maggie saying, June 30th is coming up, I wonder if William's involved. Like, those are my thoughts. And, it's done though. With him, I've realized that the devil got me with him. And that's why he's been a constant in every single part of, me changing my mind. William has still been there because he was something I felt was promised by God, and I was seeking God for him and for myself, not because God is a good God and I need him. So that's the deal with that. Another thing I wrote was, you shouldn't like something outside of it. That's what I was talking about. Outside of being what it is. The byproducts always should come second. Meaning, first is what it is, second is the byproducts. But you need to make the first thing first. Birds, I explained that. Messing with temptations is playing games with someone who wants you dead. And that's true. The devil wants you dead. Don't play games with him. Otherwise, would you be playing games with the serial killer who's looking for people like you and that fit his profile of victims to have? No. But the devil, here's the thing, the devil is a serial killer for everybody. Everybody's on his list. Why? Because you're someone that God wants and that God made in his image, and he wants that gone because he's mad. So don't play with the devil. Don't mess with temptation. Yeah. So now that I've said everything on this paper, I don't know what else I want to talk about. I'm really glad that I've gone through this. So this purification process started in 2017, December 3rd, and now it's April 11th, or April 12th. I don't know. I don't really keep track of dates unless I'm writing my journal. But yeah, it's April 2019. So that whole thing took from what is it? About a year. All of 2018 and almost that month. So, and then this part of it started in November. Like, I'm talking about all these things out loud because I do want to provide something where people really get that time, who don't have that mindset to constantly be reminded of it. I would like to be the training wheels, in a sense, so that people can be seeking God. Young people especially, because I think young people have so much, but they just don't know how to do it. So many distractions. So I want to provide a proper gap year facility, but that'll be in the future. It would be very homey. Anyways, as far as advertising for it, it would be through my own, like, storytelling of my life. Like, my life is truly, and now I see how exactly it would mean, because I've always said that I want my life to just be something that points to God, but I still wanted a lot of attention for myself. But like right now, there's a project that I'm trying to think of. It's called I Heart Serendipity, and it's supposed to be a parody of I Heart Huckabees, but it won't be like, I don't know if it'll keep the same name, I don't know, but it's basically a story of my life thing told through the parody of that movie, and that's what I would want to do. But I want to use a lot of creative storytelling to share why it's important to take time off and to really get to know yourself. It has a different structure. I actually did a whole recording of it on my phone. It's now on my hard drive, but I recorded it yesterday, and it was just to get all the ideas out for what it should be like. Actually, today's the 11th, by the way, because yesterday was Maya's appointment, which was the 10th. Anyways, I recorded the ideas, and I'm actually supposed to listen to it and write notes and see how it's supposed to look like. But that'll be for another time. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm trying to think of things. Oh, I have a job. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I have a job now, and I'll definitely be upgrading everything as far as equipment, as far as just how everything's done. So, yeah. What else did I want to share? Well, I don't know. It's just so many things. And I hate this dead space because I feel like I'm wasting time. Yeah, I'm gonna go to school. I've been saying that. Oh yeah, let's talk about the Instagram post. No one's gonna help me because this is not live. But, I definitely want to communicate, to people how bad the devil is, you know. Yeah. Oh, Ashley said something that is totally shirt worthy. She said, the devil gives you a taste so you can do the chase. And that's true. That was William. I was chasing him so badly. It's done. I'm not chasing him anymore. I'm chasing God. That's the one who it's like, taste and see that the Lord is good, but anything else, no. Don't. Feels crazy. It all started with the phone call that I had to make with my dad to tell him how fulfilled I felt at Mathnasium and how addicting it can be to just stay there. But I know that everything's about moving forward, so I won't be staying there. But yeah, I guess that's all. That needs to be shared today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you figure out your life. It's important. It's so important. And once again, listen to the person who wants your life, who wants you alive, sorry, not the person who wants you dead. So, yeah. That's all. Thank you. Goodbye.